Hey there, folks. Welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about the Tyler Robinson case against Charlie Kirk murder, assassination. There's just so many things that are wrong about this whole thing, and it's amazing the big campaign that's going on out there to discredit those that are doing investigations. So first off, let me tell you why I don't think that Tyler Robinson did it. And so we have a few different things going on here. You have the information that was provided after the assassination up through the initial investigations of collecting evidence and all that to apprehending Tyler Robinson through his own turning himself in. And there was a bunch of information that was provided out there in the news and in the media that was false. And so the truths came out, at least what was being testified on through the preliminary hearings. And so much of what was said out by the media and the police and whoever else didn't come to fruition and through the preliminary hearing. And the biggest thing of all that leads me to believe that Tyler Robinson is not guilty of this heinous crime is just the common sense evidence that's provided or lack thereof. And so the biggest thing for me is the ballistics, the whole theme, or the storyline that he shot a 30-06 rifle off of that one building at however many feet. It was like 147 feet or whatever away, or yards. Yeah, yards. And the thing is that that's got me not believing that narrative is because of all of the ballistic testing with that type of a rifle, with that range, and in all different types of animal tissue and gelatins and silicone simulated human. Not a single professional out of all the many different tests that have been done have been able to replicate the scenario of fragments remaining in the neck with that round. Every one of them punches through and even destroys material behind it, whether it's cinder block or AR 500 metal. It punches through all that, and so there's no way that fragments from that round would have remained in his neck like was discovered upon the autopsy. So the whole narrative of him shooting that 30-06 rifle off of that building at that range and fragments to remain in the neck is an impossibility. It's not been proved through all of the various tests. And so what they're claiming with round, parts of fragments of the round being in the neck tells me that it was a much reduced powder, closer range. And especially if you look at all of the other evidence of his shirt lifting up, poofing up, and it looks like it's coming upward, the exploding mic theory, or, some type of charge on his person is way more likely. So I can't even, believe or follow any thought that Tyler Robinson was the one that was directly involved. To me, I think he was a patsy or a decoy or something like that, and they're looking to just make him take the fall. There's so many things that have been discovered thereafter. And here's the thing. So it's gotten to the thing where what the feds have come up with their evidence and their claims has now been proved as not reliable, and it's sloppy. And even in their testimonies, the one officer that was first up on the building, he's, first of all, his body cam just all of a sudden stopped working. So it was the first time he has his body cam functioning that day was when he was there. Like, I think he's only got like 26 minutes worth of video. And so it was the first use of the day, and it stops working as soon as he gets up on the roof. That's very questionable, suspect. And then the fact that he didn't know who else was up on the roof with him. He didn't know. So Candace Owens, through her investigative reporting, she found out who that was. And it's like, why is it that the ones that are directly involved don't know these answers, but these independent investigative reporters are the ones that are acquiring all of this information that wasn't provided during the preliminary hearing? And so this is what's most I don't even know the word. It's discouraging, it's frustrating, it's aggravating, and it's insulting to our intelligence. All of the narrative that the feds have put out regarding this investigation is very limited and not very straightforward. And the fact that the last day of the preliminary hearing, that they had all those influencers that came in and then blasted out that they saw in high resolution 4K that he was definitely the one that was on the roof, that he took out the rifle and that he made the shot. They're claiming this, but yet when you look at the video, it doesn't match up with what they're saying. I didn't even see where he took the shot. So there's so many things that are wrong, but it's just bizarre that those that are still supporting the Fed slop narrative are calling those that are doing deeper dive investigations into finding out truths about what actually went on. They're calling these people grifters, when the ones that are against this additional investigation are actually the grifters. Why would you object to further investigation into a case like this when the initial Fed slop is exactly that? It's slop. It's not been like really backed and substantiated as factual information. It's all circumstantial. So I say, just based off the ballistics alone, you have to convict with beyond a reasonable doubt. And that right there, just the ballistics alone, throws in a big doubt. But you add in all the other factors that when there is an instance of, especially like an assassination like this, you want to protect, collect, and guard all of the relevant material evidence. And the fact that within days, within a week, they had dug up down 6 to 8 inches of that earth where he was, and totally resurfaced that area. That's very suspect. There's evidence within the photographs within the vehicle that he was transported of all these black particles, and that is correlates with the exploding mic or some device that was on his person that those fragments would then show. There's also a video of someone that had shown his leg right at that time, and you could see also these black little fragments that were falling or whatever down by his leg right at that instance. So that's very suspect. And then there's all these other things that are being investigated, and there needs to be a deeper investigation, because it's like, just like, here's one thing. So is this coincidental, or is this just, oh yeah, that happens all the time and you should just expect it? So you'll have to look it up. I pulled the link up and see if I can find it, but I saw a video of this woman who reported that through flight logs, there was an Egyptian plane, Egyptian jet, that had landed in Lincoln, Nebraska. I believe that's correct. Lincoln, Nebraska, like on April 24th of last year, 2025. And then it left, I believe, on the 29th or 30th of April, and went to Delaware, which is right by DC. And I guess with these Egyptian jets, or especially if they are used for covert or military operations, they don't land at the main airports. So they, and the other thing is that Israel's known to use Egyptian jets. So anyway, so the jet was at Lincoln, Nebraska, from April 24th until at least April 29th, that flew back to Delaware. During that time it was there, from Lincoln, Nebraska, there was a Google search for Tyler Robinson's direct address with his apartment number, and it was searched in Hebrew. And you can find it on Google Analytics, and I can see if I can pull up that link to this woman that has reported this. So the woman who reported this is saying that Egyptian jet happened to be in Lincoln, Nebraska between April 24th to April 29th anyway. And from Lincoln, Nebraska, that same time frame, in Hebrew, it was searched for Tyler Robinson's direct address with his apartment number. So is that a coincidence, or that type of thing isn't a coincidence, and why his address specifically? And yeah, that's odd. But if you look at all of the different evidence that has been presented thereafter, and the thing is, you have to look at this objectively and like a third party, and you can't come in believing anything that anybody's telling you. Look at the evidence that's being presented, and then the other evidence that's presented by all the different parties, and what counters or is in direct opposite information of the other one. Which one would you believe? Which one's more substantiated? Which one shows more factual proof? They say seeing believing, but yeah, I don't know. I honestly think this was a planned event by more than one person. And yeah, I guess the very all of the whole changes in Erica Kirk's demeanor and how she acted thereafter, like, well, it was 6 days after, or within 2 weeks of him passing, that she was on bloating cheerfully about how much money they made. And it was just, I don't know, it does not seem like a woman in mourning. But again, everybody mourns differently. But there are so many things about her actions, as well as Turning Point in as a whole, how they've like totally changed the narrative of his program. And he was very outspoken against Israel, more so of their government. And then now it's like it's a total change with what Turning Point is, and it seems like they are in support of everything. So I don't know. You look at the facts and tell me what you think. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for upcoming videos, and until next time.